Hello students, welcome to DSS online classes. Today we will be discuss our next topic, that is natural vegetation and wildlife resource from the geography chapter 2nd, land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resources. Moving on the last topic, that is natural vegetation and wildlife resources, how it play a vital role for us in our day-to-day life also. Natural vegetation is nothing but we have four different layers on the earth: the atmosphere, lithosphere, hydrosphere and biosphere. Atmosphere, the entire gases are known as atmosphere. Without atmosphere we cannot survive. Coming to hydrosphere, the all water bodies together on the earth is known as hydrosphere. So without water also we cannot survive, which we have discussed in the coming to the lithosphere. All the land, it can be ocean, continents, plain, mountain, plateaus, any region which is comes under land known as lithosphere. Till now we are discuss about land, soil, water. So all these together give a chance to have life on the earth, and providing the life on the earth, the entire life comes under biosphere. Where the biosphere exists, the ecosystem, uh, biosphere which is means containing wildlife, natural vegetation, human life, plant life, everything together, where there is a life supporting system in a place, that is called an ecosystem. Now moving into further, timber, oxygen, soil, underground water, fruits, latex, gum, medicinal herbs, these are some of the advantages what we get from natural vegetation. Through plants we get the valuable things like timber can be cut down, then availability of oxygen, soil, the layer of the soils are very fertile because of the growth of the oxygen, underground water layer are stored because the plantation, plants conserve water with will be go down and later get into the inner layers of the earth. We have fruits we get from the plants and trees, and we also get other products of the forest which has latex, gum, certain medicinal herbs like tulsi, neem, all we use our day-to-day life. All comes under natural vegetation. Now children, coming to the wildlife, what comes under wildlife? Animal, bird, insects and the aquatic life, all comes under wildlife. Other important thing, what we get to balance the ecosystem, we get bee, honey, bee provide us honey, vulture which acts as a natural scavengers which clean the entire environment. If they find any dead bodies, they try to clear that one, so act as a natural scavengers. The entire vegetation and wildlife try to balance the ecosystem. The natural processes of balancing happens through the natural vegetation and wildlife. Now distribution of the natural vegetation, the forest of green cover is not distributed equally in every part of the earth. In different parts of the continent, on the basis of different relief features, like on the mountains, plains, plateaus, highlands, lowlands, everywhere we have the distribution of vegetation. So broadly it can be categorized as forest, grasslands, scrubs, tundras. Started with the forest where the entire region covered with the green cover completely, then mainly these on mountain range or the foothills of the mountains or the hilly region or down the hills or where the river flow, these are the feature where we find the forest regions. Later we have the grasslands, but in the forest region there are two main type of forest: evergreen forest that are exactly located in the equatorial zone, where high sunshine, heavy rainfall, heavy growth of trees, complete green cover, the leaves never dry up and never shed on one time. So that type of forest are called evergreen forest. And second is deciduous. These are the semi regions forest. Sometimes they shed down their leaves. So students, so now the grasslands we found in the plateau regions or on the plain regions. So now move on the scrubs. There is in the dry region or in the semi-arid region. Coming into the tundra region, In tundras, we don't find any rainfall, so they have filled with mosses and lichens. So forests you find near the tropical region, where between the tropics the sun shines directly on the equatorial region and the tropic zone. So there is possibility is heavy rainfall occurring here. So with heavy rainfall occurring and possibilities of growth of trees and forests are growing here very rapidly. Now move on to grassland. They are located in the temperate zones and called with different name in different regions like steppes, as other places, pampas, etc. Now moving on to scrubs. These are nearly by the semi-arid regions like deserts, and tundra is in the polar region only, so there is no possibilities of growth of any kind of vegetation much. So students, now moving on to the problem why today we are lot of removal of natural vegetation or deforestation. Second, 2 centuries ago, the population of Earth was not so much as it was today. So so it was natural, and population increase, and the necessity of land increase. When the land is increasing, but land is limited and population is growing, so the land which is covered with forest are being removed. Slowly, the people managing or managing and there are deforestating the forest and using that the most important resources for them. Because of this growth of population, that resulted in the reduction of the natural vegetation for the entire planet. Now it is a high time we all have to respond and preserve the most valuable asset given by the nature to us. It is land. By doing afforestation, we need to do the conservation of land, vegetation and wildlife. So what are the steps that have to be taken to do the natural vegetation and also the wildlife? So students, now our next topic is conservation of natural vegetation and wildlife. As we discussed how the species getting extinct, now we need to preserve the species for the future generation. Our forests are the huge resources for the wealth. They are being a symbol for our wealth, and also we need to preserve them in order to maintain the balance of the ecosystem, a system which support the life that has to be preserved carefully, not only for the human to the exist but also for the animals and wildlife. Now because of the extensive uses of the natural resource, water used extensively as bringing certain climatic changes which are increasing the temperature of the high rate. Changes of climate and human interference can cause the loss of natural habitats for the plants and animals. Many species have become endangered and some are on the verge of extinction. Deforestation, constructional activities, tsunami, landslides are some human-made natural factors which together accelerate the process of extinction of these great natural resources. One of the major concern is the increasing incidence of particular species. The animal are poached for collection and illegal trade of hides, skin, nail, teeth, horns, as well as feathers, and some of these animals are tiger, lion, elephant, deer, black buck, crocodile, rhinoceros, snow leopards, ostrich and peacock. These can be conserved by increasing awareness. So students, at last here is a very good information. The Food and Agricultural Organizations of the United Nations FAO collected and assisted information from 229 countries and territories for 3 points in time 1990, 2000 and 2005. This assessment shed light on overall progress towards the sustainable forest management at both global and regional level. So student, there is that your chapter is completed. If you have any problem or any doubt, you can call me. Thank you.